Hello everybody, I'm Jacey Wyatt and welcome to our next show on Visit Branford. It's going to be on a great event that we had here in the fall here in Branford, and it's called the Scarecrows on the Green. The Scarecrows on the Green is actually produced through the Branford Garden Club. Branford Garden Club is celebrating 85 years of service to Branford here this year. Scarecrows on the Green is being held this year from October 19th to October 27th. So next thing we're going to introduce to you is, again, we're going to give you a tour here at Branford of all the scarecrows on the green this year, 2013. I can't wait to share each one of them with you. You'll hear my narrative over the next few minutes, hearing more about the details and a little bit more of the artistic things that are here in Branford on each one of these actual designs. And again, I hope you enjoy this time and watching this program. I thank you very much. I'm Jacey Wyatt, your host for Visit Branford. And again, welcome to Branford and welcome to Scarecrows on the Green. So the Scarecrows on the Green, as you see behind me. This great video that was produced and we put together for all of you to enjoy. Who haven't maybe come up and actually do see this in person, we wanted to share that with you in your home. The Branford Garden Club actually is the sponsor of the event. Again, as I said, they've been celebrating for 85 years the work that they've done here in Branford. This is the third annual event, as you'll see behind me on the Branford Green, of all of these actual pumpkins and sculptures that they put together with each and every business that wants to support and fund with the Branford Garden Club. You'll see so many different things in the next hour about our program of all the different types of businesses that put their uniqueness to each one of their designs that they put inside here and actually their presentation on the green. I do want to introduce to you the chairman of the Branford Garden Club event for the Scarecrows on the Green. Her name is Rodney Hayes, a great member and a great volunteer here in Branford. Everybody, I wanted to introduce you to Rodney Hayes.
This year, my name is Rodney Hayes. I am one of the organizers of Scarecrows on the Green. This is our third year that the Branford Garden Club is doing this. As you can see, and the wonderful pictures and things of all the different scarecrows on the green. This is one of our fundraisers. We hope that those who participate will give a free will donation to the Garden Club. But it's a fun event. This year it runs from yesterday, the 19th, through next Sunday, the 27th. And we hope to all see you down on the green. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
And there you go. The chairman of the Scarecrows on the Green this year for the Branford Garden Club, Rodney Hayes. Thank you for all of your work that you've done this year for us here in the Branford Garden Club, and we appreciate everything you do for us all the time. It was a great project. We absolutely can't wait to see it again for you next year, and again, thank you, Rodney, for all your help. So the Scarecrows on the Green is being held this year from October 19th to October 27th. Obviously, this will be produced actually a little bit after. It's actually a little bit after. It's actually in November that we actually produced this show. As I have just ran for office, and it's great to be part of the system here in Branford, but again, we're going back to business and making things happen for us here in Branford, and I thank you for everybody who supported us along the way. So Visit Branford, and a great TV show that we're doing here for you, again, is going to be one of the things to let you know a little bit more about the art and cultures that are happening here in Branford. This little program that we just showed you is going to be a little bit about all the different types of businesses and people that come together every year to create this incredible event for us. The Branford Garden Club thanks you, and again, this is a fundraiser for the Branford Garden Club, and if you do wish to support the Branford Garden Club or become a member, please contact one of the members of the actual committees, and we'll love to have you and come you as a guest to one of our meetings. I am actually a member of the Branford Garden Club. I'm actually in my second year now. I, as most people do know, is a landscape architect. I actually do design, and I love to be involved with planting and doing so many things, from vegetable gardens and all different things here in Branford at our house. So I got involved with the Branford Garden Club because I wanted to learn more about what's going on here in town, not only from the perspective of all the great things that this community does with the garden club, such as the baskets on the green, many of the different parks and areas that they do maintain. A lot of our actual public parks that we actually utilize is also helped by the Branford Garden Club. But there's also another group, the Branford Community Gardens is another group that's also associated with Branford Garden Club. So the Branford Garden Club has come together and put together again a great program for all of us to come and enjoy on the green. And it's also great to see the families of Branford and a lot of us all come together and have a wonderful week right in the middle of October to enjoy our Branford Green and all of Main Street, to come out together and support the businesses and look at all of these different types of artistic types of designed pumpkins and sculptures and scary scenes that they put together that represents their business. And it's really great to see this come out. And now we're going to start our journey and actually get to show you the tour of the Scarecrows on the Green. Again, on our first Scarecrow, it was from Home Depot. Home Depot shared the share and actually asked him to be part of the event. And I guess, again, the Garden Club said, absolutely, we'd love to have you part of the event. On this actual detail of this type of Scarecrow, there it is, Home Depot. Their logo's inside on the shirt of the actual Scarecrow. Really well done. And again, let's get it done, the bucket that you're known here at Home Depot. This other thing that's great about it is that it's not just showing you a piece of culture, but it's also bringing a business here to Branford. It's great to see, and behind you, as you see, the Town Hall and also Trinity Church. Now we're going to go to the next one. The next one is from the Pine Orchard School and the daycare here in Branford. This is great. You get to see this type of item here in the Scarecrow is someone reading a book to the child. A great point of what we do here in Branford at the Pine Orchard School and the daycare. Great idea, great design. Absolutely, look at the details inside the face on the pumpkin. Very nicely done, guys. So the next one is from Town Pharmacy. One of the most talked and great ones that we saw this year here on the Green is the influenza. The doctor, the scary doctor that we put together to make sure you get your flu shot. This is a great one they did here for us in Branford. The scariness, look at the face and the actual details of that doctor. Absolutely a great time and a great job here from Town Pharmacy here in Branford. Thank you guys for supporting us and bringing us a great Scarecrow to the town of Branford for the actual Scarecrows on the Green. Now to our next one, LFS Autos here in Branford. We have many automobiles. This one's great. You see the actual detailing of the actual Scarecrow being embedded inside the tires and the cobwebs. He's also drinking gas. So there you go, a great one from LFS Autos here in Branford. And we also support and thank you very much, guys, for creating a great image for us here on the Green in Branford. So to our next one, us living here on the Branford shoreline, of course, we're going to have a nautical captain and our seashells in our shoreline party adventure. This one is from Dolan Brothers, a shellfish company. It's grown here in Connecticut. And again, oysters and clams from Texas Island. Great detail. Part of the boat detail seeing here, a Connecticut boat, and also the captain. Having look at the face and the sculptures on the pumpkin on this actual item. Absolutely really well done. Again, great job. Look at the outfit. They found the caption out there, a fisherman's outfit, and it's absolutely well done. And again, look at the oysters. Wish we can eat them. Great detail too. It's always fun when we film this one to let you see, is seeing what's behind there, is seeing the churches, the town green, the people all coming together to enjoy these entire events. It's seeing the background behind us. It actually frames in how beautiful the small town that we have here in Branford, how this all comes together as a great cultural event. So to our next one, another great one, is called Learn and Play. A child playing here in Branford and a Scarecrow. Absolutely one of the great things that we have here on this Green too, is another great idea. And seeing how people come together and interact and play here on the Branford Green. Great representation you see here as a child playing and having fun here on the Branford Green, even though this one is a Scarecrow and having a great time. Look at his pumpkin head. And now to the next one. as the great colors of this year that came together, great season that we had for our fall and seeing the colors of the leaves. We are now at our next one. It is actually part of the political event here in Branford, and I was actually part of it this year, but this actually is from the Republican group and the Democrats together. They remember to go out and vote on November 5th. And as you do know, we did. So we are due supporting, again, this was a political one that we had here on the Branford Green. And again, great thing, two people coming together, pumpkins and great scarecrows together. Again, Town Hall is behind us. Okay, so now on the next one, great one here in town in Branford is the Hearth Garden side here, our senior living here in Branford Hills. Great idea here. They're putting somebody absolutely who needs care here in Branford, a senior, and seeing them how they actually have this presented is a great old lady and the guy in the pumpkin scarecrow pushing her in her wheelchair. Great job, guys. Thank you very much for also supporting us here at the Branford Garden Club at the Scarecrows on the Green. So to our next scarecrow, it's going to be Cynthia's Flower Shop here in Branford. Great wedding scene that they put together of the bride and the groom. Made of clay pots, actually, on this one with the two outfits. Also supporting, you'll see a great view of this behind us of when the Trinity Church is actually in the background view behind us. This, again, as you're looking at, there is the groom. He's actually looking for his bride. And thank you, Cynthia's Flower Shop here in Branford, creating a great scarecrow for us this year in Branford. And as I just said, look at the beautiful view when the Trinity Church is behind the two bride and groom being married here on the Branford Green. Now to our next event, two actually together in the same. This is actually from Tisco SAC, and also we have our Mary Murphy School on the bottom below us is also their SAC program. As we see, you know, this is the Batman taking care of protecting Tisco SAC here in 2013 on the Branford Green, as he has his Batman car and he's now protecting the kids of Branford. And to the next one again, I just mentioned, is the Mary Murphy. It's their SAC program here in Branford for the kids. And this is a great one they have together, the kids playing together here and having a little picnic on the Branford Green. This is all great, seeing the kids play together and talk together, and they did a great job. Thank you, kids, and all of the teachers that got involved here in creating your beautiful event for us here on the Green. And again, there's Batman. What's actually funny about this one, I actually met this person. That car used to be a Barbie's pink car. They spray painted it black just for this day. And it's also so great, the details of that. Look at how they did this one. They only gave him one eye. And we looked at the details and all of the things, how they dressed him, put the hat backwards on the actual head on this child here. But each one of them was all absolutely part of the system of how they decided to make each one of these. These kids came out together, worked with their parents and also the teachers, and created this great absolute design. It's all interesting of how artistic people are with this types of ideas that they come together. And to our next one, great organization here and also involved with us many times is the Van Wilgen Garden Center here in Branford. Brought up one of their tractors on the Branford Green and also set up the gardener on the side of it. And this is again the Van Wilgen's display of the Branford Scarecrows on the Green. And it's also really great to see, as an artistic person that I am, it's also seeing how many people come together. It's great as being an architect. When we were in school, they used to teach us. We all get the same program, but there's 50 kids in a building. We would all come back with this different idea. Same program, we all have different ideas and visions and different ways of how we're going to interpret it. And again, this is one of those events that you see that basic skill of when you're learning in architecture. You get the same program, but we all come out with a different result. Again, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, again, this is sponsored by the Branford Garden Club. They are now celebrating 85 years here in Branford. 85 years. Thank you, ladies, and all of you who officially give us all that great stuff that we do here in Branford. We appreciate everything you do. Keep going to 100, 150, whatever years we can bring you. Everything you do for us, we appreciate it. Thank you to the girls, the ladies, and all the women, and some men, who are inside the Branford Garden Club. To our next one, this is from Totally Awesome Goods, a great retail store here on Main Street. They did a great job figuring how to put together a great scarecrow from the shoes, the clothing, to the head, and put their logo and their bag together and made a great presence here on the Branford Green. And there you go, a beautiful top head pumpkin scarecrow. And now to our next one, Cerrito Furniture here in Branford. Making American-made furniture here in Branford, Connecticut. This is their scarecrow in one of their actual upholstered chairs that they do here in Branford. As you may know, there was a Branford show that I did here and a whole tour on the Cerrito family's business that's been here in Branford. And again, we thank you guys very much for all your support in helping us here on the Scarecrows on the Green. And you did a great job in presenting your scarecrow, representing your business here for us this year. Great job, guys. Thank you very much. And again, this is Cerrito Furniture's Scarecrow on the Green. So the next one is BELC, the Branford Early Learning Center here in Branford. This is actually Three Bears in the Goldilocks one. Very well talked about here on the Branford Green this year. They did a great job. Seeing Goldilocks and the Three Bears, she didn't want her bear to be too hot, too cold, and too, oh shoot. What is it?
Too cold, just right.
The story about Goldilocks, the bears, there she is. She's eating her porridge with the bears, who one that wanted it too hot, too cold, or just right. Thank you to the Branford Early Learning. And to our next one, another great retailer here in Branford is Consign Design on the Shoreline. They're in the old Hilltops Orchard over on East Main Street up by exit 56. Great business also here in Branford. It's consigning furniture and other types of great furniture here. They made the Headless Horseman. This is a great job, guys. Thank you very much for also supporting us here in Branford. And you did a great job presenting us here with your business and your skills and decorating a scarecrow here for us here in Branford. Now our next one is by the Weeding Woman, a business here in Branford with doing landscaping. This is a great one here. This person is just hanging out and doing some actual garden work, as we love to do here in the Branford Garden Club. Great design, guys. Nice, beautiful design scarecrow. Love the actual clay pot and all the details you have. The clothing, absolutely great. Great job, guys. Thank you very much for supporting us too here in Branford. The next one, really important for us. As you may be hearing very soon, the Branford Garden Club will be holding the Branford Flower Show here in Branford in June. And it will be down at the Community Center here in Branford. This is one of our displays. It's going to be part of our theme. We're actually going to be doing a wedding theme here this year in our Branford Flower Show. Again, this is one of our presentations we had as one of our scarecrows on the green. This is our bride. And again, we are doing a wedding theme this year for the Branford Flower Show from the Branford Garden Club. And this is a great scene, seeing a wedding. Where's her groom? We're not sure, but here's the seats for the wedding, and they're empty, and you'll see people playing in them later. And as you see on this, she's telling you, there's our notice. We're telling you the Branford Garden Club's coming with a flower show here in Branford, Connecticut. Our next scarecrow, another business is Rita's. Here in Branford, this is their scarecrow. There is usually an orange inside that cup. It seems like somebody took the orange out of the cup, but thank you very much, Rita's, for coming and staking your scarecrow on the green. Now our next one, Myers Flower Shop. Myers Flower Shop did an incredible job too this year. Look at this wonderful sculpture with the balloons and all of the different hat colors that she put together. Absolutely a great job, guys. Thank you very much. And this is Myers Flower Shop. Our next one of the most famous ice cream places here in Branford, Ashley's Ice Cream. As you see, the two children are playing here in Branford in the Scarecrows, and they're eating their Ashley's Ice Cream. Thank you, guys. One of the next ones that's coming up, you might see us ladies in the Garden Club all helping and fixing season by season all of the baskets on the green. Yes, that is the Garden Club ladies that do all of the designs and the flower works here. Next is actually we're going to be decorating for the Christmas season and the parade that you'll see on November 30th. This one here, as you see, us in the Garden Club, a great representation of us, the ladies and the women who also help and do the baskets on the green. And we thank you, all of the ladies who volunteer and do all this work here for the Branford Garden Club. So to our next one. Another great organization in Branford is the Branford Orchard House. Orchard House has a great design this year too. Is a great guy hanging out, just chilling on his haystack. Great scarecrow, great details in the face and the hat. Wonderful job, and thank you very much for all you do here too. Also, the Orchard House in Short Beach in Branford. To our next one, a great restaurant here in Branford who participated this year is Home on Main Street here in Branford. Great seating at their actual dining table, the details inside the pumpkins and the foods that they put the details onside that table work. You could come and see the great design that was here. You could get the menu to the restaurant. You could also see the details on all of the types of things that they do here in Branford. And Jared is the cook and the owner at Home. This is their display for us here at the Scarecrows on the Green. And to our next one, Quality Mechanical Equipment in East Haven. Most people do the heating and the cooling. This is their display they decided to put with us here this year. Great job, and a really scary head inside the toilet. Great job in details. Absolutely one of the funnest things about this is actually that head in that toilet. Absolutely great job. Thanks for putting your artistic abilities here and bringing us these scarecrows to Branford Scarecrow on the Greens. And now to our next one, Back to Health. And this is a doctor and his patient here in Branford on the actual operating table. Great details on the plants and the flowers, all of the actual pots that they did, and incredible with the doctor, his tie. He looks like a doctor you definitely want to have an operation with. This is Back to Health here in Branford. Thank you guys for supporting us here in the Garden Club. And the next one, a great business here in town that organizes a lot of the things we do with our running and doing the races here in Branford is Sound Runner. Sound Runner, a great business here on Main Street. And I appreciate everything you guys always do for us here in Branford. And this is a great one with the shoes and running and walking here in Branford. That's what we all should be doing again, going to Sound Runner and seeing how great this design is this year. And again, the reflective things to seeing at night. And to our next one of my favorites. This is actually from Salon Refuge, the hair salon here in Branford. and Nicole Hitchcock that owns this one too. This is also a great design. The curlers, the face, the makeup that they did inside this with the hair blower. This is great, guys. A great witch was added to the Branford Green this year, and absolutely a great design and well done. Thank you very much for all your support and helping us here at the Branford Garden Club. Again, there is your witch and the actual scarecrow from Salon Refuge. So the next one, the Homemaker Thrift Shop here in Branford. Great details on this one is the face on the actual item and the actual details of the clothing. It's always great to give back to Branford and to donate items to a place like this here in Branford. And this relocation of Homemaker Thrift Store is absolutely great for them participating in us and showing us this great design. Well done, guys. This looks amazing and they did a great job, and we always hope to support and again donate things back to you guys. And our next one is from Edwin Taylor Antiques. Welcome to our shop, as Mark says. Great job, great design. Seeing a burlap bag is actually part of the head of this actual sculpture and this actual scarecrow. And to the next one, a great one too, as we all know, the American Italian Club here in Branford on Hammer Lane. There you go, we got a great guy, an Italian guy with his flag, and he's enjoying the Branford Green. And again, as it says, Happy Halloween from the Italian American Club here in Branford. Again, thank you to the Italian American Club for supporting the Branford Garden Club and giving us one of your great guys and Italian guys to bring to the Branford Green. And now to one of our next ones. Great restaurant here in Branford too is Lenny's. Lenny's has a lobster dinner too for $29.99, but this is Lenny's sculpture here in Branford, seeing all of the lobster traps, putting together their shirt and their logo and putting again a great scarecrow together. Here is a captain coming from Lenny's. Thank you guys for designing an incredible display for us here. This is beautifully done. Nice flowers arrangement and all of the actual items that you put together and represent your business here in town, and we appreciate that. As you say, come in town and crack a tail. And now to one of the other ones that we have here in town is a real estate one. This is Remax. Remax is also another one of the businesses here in town. It has a lot of our real estate. As you said, there we go. We just have one of them sold. This is their display this year. This is the Remax development here in Branford, the real estate development. And this is also the Balloon Crew, as they call it. And these are all their scarecrows located in their display here on the green for the Scarecrows on the Green. And isn't it great when we film it, when we go 360, show you what's around. All of these things, they're not just one face, there's all 3D. Great to seeing the differences when you go around these and circle around. There's so much to look at each one of these different groups. The next one is Epic Hair Salon. The detail of the hair on these pumpkins are worth the picture. Absolutely, this is one of my other second favorite ones, is going to be Epic's Hair Salon here in Branford. Guys, great job doing this. You see actually somebody giving somebody a haircut. The scarecrows look wonderful. I love the boots. Great detail, seeing the earrings on the actual person who was giving somebody a haircut. The next one is part of fashion. Look at this one here, great details of the hay that they utilized in putting part of the hair on this actual sculpture. Thank you very much for presenting this one. This one's also really creative but beautiful from a fashion point of view. And this is another one of our additions here in Branford. Love the lips. And now to one of the other ones. The most glorious ones we had here on the Branford Green is the group of people underneath the Christmas tree. All of them had so much gore and detail inside each one. They were so scary. Everybody said that these are the scariest ones on the green. Every one of them, the details that put them together, amazing job. And again, look at all of the different ones that came together in a group. This is also one of the group that was next to each and every one of them had some great details. And eye ability said, some of these are so scary, I didn't even know if I wanted to look at them too much longer. But these again, look at this one, the scary clown. To this one, the futuristic woman. Different color faces. She's playing on her iPad. With a lot of blood all over. And then we go to the horseman. Huge stake right through his heart with another horse head in his hand. The gore and the beauty that you guys did with the job and paint is amazing. These are so scary. Even all the blood all over this guy's, his legs. Somebody massacred these people. And this one, absolutely a scary one. Look at eyes and the details. Very nicely job. The hands and the fingernails all staked to the actual wall. And again, these are the scariest ones on the Branford Green. With a beautiful view of the Trinity Church behind you. So one of the other great businesses we have here in town is the Mendillo Family Dentistry. Great job, guys. This one is a beautiful one here. We have the actual dentist with his incredible glasses and his sculptured face. I think it's Frankenstein. He would be operating on, I guess, his patient. And the patient here, incredibly job. Look at the teeth work that they have inside on this design. Love the stockings, and there is the patient, and again, as we just said, the wonderful teeth here at the Mendillo Family Dentistry. Thank you very much for supporting us in the Branford Garden Club, and thank you very much for presenting us one of the greatest, one of the other favorite ones here in Branford on the Green. And another real estate agent here in Wyatt Shoreline Real Estate. They have their wonderful house, many of the kids playing inside the house. It was actually a great design here in Branford. Again, the real estate agent selling their house here in Branford at Wyatt Real Estate. Thank you very much for also supporting the Branford Garden Club. And then to another great one that we had is the old lady sitting on the Branford Green with all her cats. Thank you very much for this one. Also here sharing this beautiful ladies taking a nap on the Branford Green as part of the Scarecrows on the Green. Again, wonderful time and experience to come and experience this wonderful event. If you want to be involved with us next year too, please contact Rodney Hayes, and she would love to be able to participate you and get your business involved in being on the Scarecrows on the Green next year. Again, these are some of the beautiful designs that came together this year for the Branford Scarecrows on the Green, and I appreciate you to be able to host. I'm Jacey Wyatt, and I'm letting you see wonderful things here that we wish to share that's going on in Branford. One of our next items that we have is one of the great ones too, is St. Mary's Fife and Drum. This is their scarecrow presented here on the Branford Green. The wonderful flags, the drummer, and the fife are wonderful people here at St. Mary's, giving us our scarecrow on the green from them. One of our other new scarecrows that was added is Brian's Hope, stopping the progression of ALD. Great thing seeing this beautiful scarecrow on the bike. And again, great job, guys, and we do support you. Thank you for supporting us. The next one is from the Branford, the BECC, the Branford Early Childhood Collaborative. Great educational here for looking for our children in Branford. Thank you for also adding this wonderful scarecrow. The next one is from Sound Runner. They have another one up on the green. This one is running along and jogging. Great person here that they put together, and that's a wonderful, wonderful thing to see, people running on the Branford Green. Look at the water bottle in his hand. The next one, someone's building on the Branford Green. Who would it be? Branford Building Supplies. Great image of this scarecrow hard hat building and seeing these two studs all together, coming together and building here on the Branford Green. And this is from Branford Building Supplies. Thank you, guys. Thank you for supporting and building here in Branford. So one of the great things, again, we just mentioned is about bringing people involved and get involved in this great event, a free event here in Branford, and bringing children and your families to enjoy a great day and a wonderful day here in Branford, Connecticut. I am going to talk with these wonderful people that are playing here on the Van Wilton tractor on the Branford Green. So, hi, girls. I'm Jacey Wyatt. What is your name?
What's your name?
Christina.
Okay, hi Christina.
Claudia. Rachel. Gianna. Mia.
Thank you, girls, for coming to the Branford Green. Great to meet you. So tell me, what are one of your favorite ones you like here on the Branford Green?
That it's like Halloweenish, because right over there, there's like this guy giving a flu shot, and there's like a skull and bones underneath him. And Goldilocks with the 3 bears.
That's your favorite?
And there's the headless horseman over there.
So girls, great. Thank you very much for that interview. We're going to put you girls all on TV. See you soon. Thank you very much. And again, thanks for coming out and share your great day here on the Branford Green with us. Yes, we're going to put the girls on TV, here on public TV. And again, thank you for your parents and everybody who came out and shared their wonderful time with us here on the Branford Green and the Scarecrows on the Green 2013 by the Branford Garden Club. I'm Jacey Wyatt. I appreciate it and thank you for sharing this time with me on this Visit Branford TV show. I will see you forward for many times that you're going to see me soon on many other things here in Branford. I appreciate it. Thank you for all your support. And again, we appreciate everything you do with us here in Branford. If you have something new coming up with us and you want to share more with us here, email me. You're going to have the email at the end of this program. And again, tell me what you wish to see more here in Branford. Again, I'm Jacey Wyatt. Thank you very much for spending your time with me and watching this wonderful show. Again, have a great night and a great day, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.